I send to you. Love is overdue, but you know that I could never.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Meshi with Path to Wellness with Meshi. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. We are going to be talking about the full moon. As we're entering into the full moon in April 2019, we're entering into Libra. And it's time for another ritual, you guys. But not only is it time for another ritual, it's also time for another release. Full moons represent this full, abundant, full manifestation of whatever our intentions were, but it's also a time when we become more aware. We have that time to reflect, and we can release what's not really serving us. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you what I'm personally releasing, and maybe that's something that you're ready to let go of as well. And if that's the case, then you can always just join me. There's going to be everything that I mentioned and all the products, and all of the journal prompts are going to be available in the show notes so that you can download them for free now that that's available. So if you wanted to join me in the full moon ritual in Libra, just stay tuned and let's get started with the video. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on with the lunar cycles. Why is the full moon so significant? If you are brand new to rituals and you've never done a moon ritual before and you're just new to following the lunar cycles, basically what you need to know, here are the bare bone basics as I understand it as a student. There's 8 different phases of the moon. The most significant ones that most people end up focusing on is the new moon and the full moon. The full moon, out of all the 8 cycles, is the full moon is when the moon is the fullest. It's like the most illuminated. That's when you can see it the brightest, which also means that energetically you may feel that this is sort of when everything becomes a little bit more clear. Now, when we're looking at intentionality and in mindfulness practices, you may have set your initial intentions at the beginning of the month when you were planning your month out, or at the new moon. And each month there is a different focus as the moon comes out of one cycle and into another cosmic cycle. So it's going to have a different representation, and it's also going to have a different characteristic, which means that that's going to affect you personally based on what your zodiac sign is. So now that we know that, I'm not an astrologer, and so I'm not going to be going into the different characteristics of the full moon or the moon in Libra, because really that's not really what I'm here to do. I'm here to really share with you what has come up for me for this month and what I'm willing to be releasing at this point, and hopefully you join along. So the thing that I really wanted to place a major focus on for this lunar cycle is the concept of abundance or lack of abundance, or allowing abundance to enter into my life. Not just abundance, but having that lack mindset, and having that mindset that would support a form of abundance. I think that in order for abundance to enter into your life, you need to have a level of self-reflection, but then you also need to be an energetic match to whatever level of abundance you want to attract in your life. And when you're not, when you're doubting yourself, there's a level of self-confidence issues and self-doubt that can sort of stand in the way. And this is sort of where I'm at right now, where I'm an energetic match to a certain level of abundance, but in order for me to break through that and get to the next level, I need to be an energetic match, which means that a lot of my limiting beliefs around abundance and about being unworthy, or I need to accumulate more in order for me to be an energetic match for a level of abundance that I want to create in my life, that part needs to be released. That part of me needs to die and be left behind. And maybe you relate to this. Maybe it's not so much that you don't have abundance in your life or that you don't have wealth and prosperity in your life, but in order for you to want to get to that next level where you are creating a larger ripple impact in the world based on whatever you're doing right now, you know that you need to get to that next level. And in order for you to get to that next level, you need to grow as a person, but you also need to grow and outgrow and let go of elements of you that are really not serving you. And abundance is a very interesting thing, because sometimes, especially when we're looking at success and abundance, people sometimes have the mentality of they want a lot of it, but yet they're not an energetic match yet. But they might just be scared of a level of success that they might hit. And I didn't really understand this about a year ago when I went to a personal development seminar. I didn't understand what people meant by being scared of success. But I'm starting to understand what that means, because the moment that you hit a level of success, or the moment that your impact increases, then people view you through a different lens. And that's the part that when people are trying to hit that level, that's the part that they were afraid of, that they're going to be viewed differently. So without going too much further into this and actually confusing you, what I'm personally working on for this month is to let go of self-doubt, stop questioning my decisions, and really trust my intuition that the direction that I'm going into is the right direction for me, and to allow abundance. And that requires a letting go of self-doubt, letting go of, questioning myself, letting go of that version of me that wants to really stay small and really get to the level where I would like to go to. And maybe you relate to this. Like I said, like if you are running a business, if you are like in whatever stage of whatever area of your life you're looking to create abundance in, that would be the area of your life that you might need more focus in. And it doesn't necessarily always involve money. Sometimes it involves just allowing more people to connect with you, or allowing more positive experiences to happen. Sometimes it's not so much about the money. Other times it is. Like other times it's absolutely your relationship with how you relate to money and how much you're able to manage it in a way that it can create abundance. So it's a very delicate and it's a very interconnected relationship with abundance and money. So you will see in the next few clips, well, I will be also linking this journal prompt for you guys down in the show notes so that you can download them, because now this month I'm updating it for you. So, and each month you will find going forward that there's going to be a new updated version of the full moon release journal prompts. So then that way you can kind of follow along with me. And basically, we're also going to be creating a small abundance bowl. So in the next clip, I will show you some of the crystals that we're going to be using and what you actually need to create an abundance bowl. And that's what we're going to be using for this full moon ritual. I will also take you over to my meditation space. We're going to have a sit and we're going to go through a guided meditation. If you guys want to download the guided meditation and make that a little bit longer, let me know in the comments below if you are interested in downloading it or in having it in a downloaded form. I would love to record it for you so that you have access to it at any time, or whenever you're actually going through your own lunar or your own full moon ritual. But in the meanwhile, let's hop you over to my meditation space. Let's set up our abundance bowl. I will walk you through exactly what you're going to need and what each crystal is for. We're going to cleanse everything, set it up. We're going to go through our meditation, and then after that, we can go through our journal prompts and release it. So let's get going. Okay, so we're starting to set up our abundance bowl. You're going to need a couple of items that represent spiritual wealth. So I have chosen a couple of the tarot cards, a couple of cutouts of any inspirational quotes or anything like that. You will need 7 different intentions. You have to write it down on a piece of paper with blue ink. You will need a lighter, obviously a sage stick because we're going to be cleansing our crystals and our entire environment. A small totem that represents, again, spiritual wealth. So I have chosen the little elephant as well as a dream catcher. You will need a couple of bills and coins. I'm going to be you will need a piece of, like a small tumbled piece of amethyst, tourmaline, rose quartz, tiger's eye, labradorite,
clear quartz, citrine, and pyrite. You will also need a bowl. I'm using like a really decorative plate because I didn't really have a bowl. And you will need obviously a notebook and a blue pen where you can actually write down your intentions and your wishes or your goals. And here's a book that I'm using as reference. This is the Crystal Muse book. So this is an adaptation of that ritual. Is the finished abundance bowl. This is what it looks like. So you want to basically place most of your crystals in the very bottom, and then like any quotes or any spiritual items that can kind of go on the sides, and then the very last crystal, the pyrite, can go at the very top. So it's time to get started with our meditation. So I'm going to be using a couple of candles and a couple of grounding crystals. There's a tourmaline as well as the tiger's eye that I will be using during the meditation. And let's take a seat, get situated here. You can do some spinal movements just so that everything is sitting in neutral. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Take another deep breath, and at the next exhalation, gently close your eyes. Do a gentle self-scan just to see where you are at this very present moment. Are you feeling anxious? Are you feeling calm? Now slowly shift your focus to your breath. Can you stay connected to your breath? And if you can't tell where you're breathing from, you can place your hands gently on your stomach, on your chest. Give yourself a couple of minutes to sort of settle down. Allow those thoughts to come and go as they will. Don't try to control them. Don't try to attach them. Just let them pass by. I want you to slowly start shifting your attention to the concept of letting go. What that really means to you at this given point in time. What comes up for you? What are those limiting beliefs? What is the first limiting belief that you are so ready to leave behind at this point? Maybe it's related to abundance. Maybe it's related to wealth. Maybe you're triggered by all of this. Contemplate for a moment. See what comes up for you. Continue to breathe more consistently. And just allow whatever thoughts, whatever images, whatever emotions are coming up, just know that it's perfectly fine. Try not to attach to any of the emotions or any of the thoughts that are coming your way at this point. Just gently let them pass by. Coming to an end, you can gently wiggle your hands and wiggle your toes and gently open your eyes. And it's time for us to journal. So once you can feel free to use the journal, the downloadable journal prompt that I have available for you. This is what she looks like. You can go ahead and fill it out and go somewhere safe where you can actually light it on fire. Make sure that it is a fireproof place. And we're just going to go ahead and burn it. Make sure that you tune in and see if anything comes up for you as you watch your paper burn away. It might. You might feel a sense of relief.
Thank you so much for taking the time to share your time and your space with me. I so appreciate this. Let me know in the comments below if you and what you're planning on releasing for this lunar cycle. I would love to hear from you. And if you are brand new here, consider subscribing. We do share about 3 videos a week in this channel, and sometimes we talk about spiritual practices such as this video. Other times we go into how we can reduce our waste consumption and overall like how we can become a bit more conscious as consumers and as humans and become a bit more empowered about the choices that we make when it comes to managing our health. So if that sounds good to you, consider subscribing and hit the notification button, and that way you don't miss another video. If you wanted to kind of have a better idea of when we're going to be releasing the topics that you're interested in, consider signing up for my weekly recap email that I release every single Monday on this channel into my email community. And I usually show you some of the best takeaways from each of my videos, as well as share with you what's going to be coming up the following week. That way, you don't miss anything. In the meanwhile, you guys, keep following the moon, keep connecting, because you're just so much more powerful than you think. And I will see you guys again in my next video. Bye.